What up? It's your girl at Body.
What's goody? It's your girl Looney Ford.
Listen, we back at it again. You already know this is season 2, episode 4.
And y'all, you know how we doing it this season, right? We coming with guests, y'all. Mm-hmm. Right? We got guests and shit.
That part.
You know what? We elevating. So today, y'all, we have none other. Now, if you ain't from Florida, you know what I'm saying? Polo baby over here. Polo ting ting.
Yeah.
Pull a ting.
I'm still learning.
You know what I'm saying? Little New York, little thing. Mm-hmm. She don't understand. If you ain't from Florida, then you wouldn't understand. But I'm gonna need you to goddamn it recognize, okay? Because in the building right now, we have pure legacy status, icon status in the building. Fuck what y'all thought. Okay? Fuck what y'all thought. Okay. We got GoldRush in the building.
What's happening?
Ooh, what's up?
RaidenRush in the building, y'all.
Man.
Yes.
I
like the name.
Yeah, I'm trying to say.
I like the way it feels. You know, see drip down in gold and stuff.
Yeah, I like that. So now he ain't drip down in gold. He's drip down in gold, but he's also drip down in soy sauce.
Soy sauce.
We gonna get into that shit.
Let's get into it because I need to know. I'm feeling the vibe and everything. The whole little everything you got going on. Just the outfit, the hat, and everything. I like it.
Welcome, GoldRush. How you feeling, boo?
I'm good. Appreciate y'all having me.
Yes,
absolutely.
I'm so happy he here, y'all. So, okay, we gotta let y'all know about GoldRush and his history because the resume is extensive.
It's long.
Okay, it's extensive. Okay, and he got tenure in this bitch. Okay, so I need you, GoldRush, to just let the people know. Those who don't know, those who are aware, remind they asses who the fuck you are.
That's right.
Yeah, for all y'all that might not know who I am or might not remember me, you know what I'm saying? I go by GoldRush, aka RaidenRush, most known for featuring on Trick Daddy's lead single Bet That, featuring me and Chameleonaire, being the head producer and artist at Trick Daddy's label Dunk Riders, producing Fuck the Other Side on DJ Khaled's album, producing on Plies' album, producing on Ace Hood's album, Trick Daddy's last 3 albums, working with Atlantic Records, Cash Money Records, or more.
Love it.
Y'all heard it. Y'all heard what he said.
Just got the fucking mic already, though.
Now, see, like, y'all gotta understand one thing about GoldRush. GoldRush is like super, like, I've known him for like some years now. And it's crazy because it seems like it was just yesterday, don't it?
Yeah.
Like, damn, time has just flown.
Yeah.
Like, I know him for a little bit. You know, we go back just a little taste.
I think I met you probably like 6 years ago, something like that.
I think it was more than 6 years ago.
661 was he brought you in the studio. That was the first time I met you.
Shout out to 6'1".
Yeah, shout out that boy.
He brought this situation to fruition. Right. So absolutely.
You know, it's crazy. I met 6'1" when I was like 15 years old.
Really?
Yeah, I was selling him beats when I was like 15 years old.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
and look how
he had me in the trap. I'm over there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I ain't say it 6. I ain't say it.
But yeah, I've been selling beats for a long time.
Yeah. That's what's up.
Shout out to 6'1" though.
6'1", that's lady, that's fam. So go, we gotta jump right into it. Let's get into your business, let's get into your tea. So that, like I was saying, GoldRush is super humble. He's always been extremely humble ever since I've met him. He's kind of always been that way. So he hit y'all with the history and the accolades and all of that, but he's not just a producer, y'all. Y'all gotta understand, this man made music, y'all. This man is an artist as well. Don't sleep on his music.
Right.
Like, tell us a little bit about what you're doing in the artist world now.
I'm doing a lot, man. I'm focusing on myself, you know what I mean? Obviously, my career as an artist. Producing new music for Bone Thugs, for Flesh and Bone. Been doing a lot of stuff, submitting a lot of stuff for Crazy Bone. Working on Crazy Bone's artist Kane, new projects. Working on my artists, because I got my label, Gold Label Records, you know what I'm saying? YB Spitter, Piff GLR, She Know She Bad.
She know she bad.
Yeah. Actually, y'all stay tuned, you know what I'm saying? I got new music. New She Know She Bad music featuring Looney. We got a few joints, so y'all stay tuned. Produced by me.
That's right.
That's my first female artist that I'm working with. She's from Duval, so shout out to Duval. You know what I'm saying? From Duval to Broward County, I already know what it is.
That part.
Producing, doing my artist thing, also being a writer. directing, shooting videos, directing, shooting, and editing, and just the whole nine.
Love it.
He is just all involved.
He is.
And
all
see,
aspects. Artists, you read artists to me because you got something, right? So it's like everybody knows being an artist, you can't just go out there and perform. You know what I mean? You got to know how to perform. You got to have a swag or something, something bringing to the table. Tell me about this look because I'm like feeling it. Like I'm trying to figure out what it is because I ain't never seen it before. So I like that.
So what this is right here, this is called Trapanese.
Ooh, I like that.
Because, I'm part Japanese. I'm half Japanese.
Right.
So, originally I started off as GoldRush. So I was GoldRush the artist, GoldRush the producer.
Right.
And I actually just kind of recreated myself. When I was GoldRush, I wasn't wearing a hat, and doing the whole Asian type of thing. A lot of people thought I was like a Chico or Spanish, especially.
That's what you right.
A lot of people they assume I'm either Spanish or Filipino or Hawaiian or some
that was
type
definitely
of.
What I thought on the first.
You know what I'm saying? Especially me being with Trick Daddy, being in Miami all the time. People just assumed I was a Chico with braids. You feel me? So I was like, there's so many Spanish artists with braids trying to rap and do the same thing, along with just everybody mostly sounding the same, looking the same. So I was like, I put out music as GoldRush for such a long time. I've been putting music out as GoldRush for I put in at least 10 years or more, just dropping music as GoldRush. So I was like, you know what? I just want to do something new. I want to recreate myself. And I was just kind of studying the game, you know what I'm saying? Just looking at all the rappers that's becoming successful. And I'm looking at people like 6ix9ine with tats all over their face and rainbow hair. It's so hard to stand out these days. You either got to just be a straight dumbass and be doing stupid clout chasing shit, or you just got to be interested in, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to do no dumb shit. I was doing a lot of funny skits and shit, trying that out. And it got me a lot of engagement, but I wanted to just do something different, creative, and just create something that could be, mine.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? At the time, this is when Future was just kind of blowing up, and I'm a big fan of Future.
Yeah.
So, when I became a fan of him, he was wearing his cowboy hat all the time. Like when he first got hot, he always wore this cowboy hat, and I was like, man, I like that. Like it just was swagged out to me, and he stood out. You know what I'm saying? To me, it made him stand out.
Yeah, for sure.
So I was like, I just liked it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, what can I do to make me stand out? And I was like, you know what? I always been a fan of Mortal Kombat, the video game and the movies. And there's a character in there called Raiden. And he wears this hat. So I'm like, you know what? Let me try to embrace my Asian heritage, my Japanese heritage, and start wearing this hat. So I had one of these hats. I put it on, took a picture, put it on Instagram, and everybody was just fucking with it. Like they were like, yo, that shit look raw. Like where you get that hat? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wait a minute, this could be something. You know what I'm saying? And then I started experimenting with different ad-libs, in the studio, making music. And I just came up with soy sauce, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody was talking about drip, talking about sauce. I got the sauce, sauce this, dripped out, drip that. So I'm like, soy sauce, you know what I'm saying? I said it in a song and it just stuck.
That's just
absolutely.
I roll with it.
So with everything that you put together, it just all flows. You know what I'm saying?
Perfectly.
That's what's up. It's dope.
That's some genius creativity.
And then I incorporated it. This is also around the time when Boom Gang just got hot, Supreme Patty just got hot. All these different Instagrammers and YouTubers doing funny little skits, and I seen how quick it was blowing them up and gaining them followers. So I started doing little funny skits, and every skit would revolve around soy sauce.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'll be pouring soy sauce on somebody or just doing something funny. You feel me?
Yeah, absolutely.
And also, this is around the time when Chaotic, the rapper Chaotic, he started doing little skits, and he would whip his dreads and they'll go, whoosh, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was like, damn, I'm gonna do the little bow and do the soy sauce.
That's right.
So that I kind of just started messing around with that.
I like how you made it your own, you know what I mean? And there's gonna be just kids after you that's gonna be wanting to do things like that. Just grabbing something, seeing something, and just making it your own. You ain't take what they had. You ain't, go out and do exactly how Future did it.
Right.
You saw it and you said, let me do something. And I like that. I think that's dope.
And legit made it your own.
Yeah.
Like you made it.
Some of the best artists in the world are all inspired by other artists.
By other artists, absolutely.
And they'll even admit it, you know what I'm saying? Some of the best art out there comes from other artists being inspired by other people's art.
Absolutely.
But I was just studying the game, just trying to reverse engineer things and studying what works, what doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? And I also felt like no matter how street, how gutter I might be, like in real life, or no matter how hood my background and history might be, I also understand people, their image and perception of other people is, kind of determined on how you look as well.
True.
So I was like, let me try to stop so much focusing on being that GoldRush guy. And, I feel like people can kind of digest me a little bit more because I'm being myself, you know what I'm saying? So, it was just kind of all of that, just kind of trying to figure out who I am and what might work for me as an artist, you know what I'm saying?
Right. That's awesome. That's awesome.
And just being different, you know what I'm saying, and authentic.
You know what I think is interesting though, and this is a good point that a lot of people should remember, because sometimes it does take rebranding yourself, right?
Absolutely.
Like sometimes it takes that. If you've been doing something a certain way, you thinking maybe, okay, these times are changing, these opportunities are changing. Now maybe I should go this route or maybe do this. So don't be afraid,
Right.
to rebrand, because sometimes you actually have to do that, and it's been working
At
great.
the time I also did this, you got 2 Chainz that just changed from Titty Boy to 2 Chainz.
Right.
And I seen how like he was kind of all right. He was like going like this as Titty Boy. Once he changed his name to 2 Chainz and kind of just tweaked his vibe up a little bit,
Absolutely.
and then he got with Kanye and it was over with.
Yeah,
for sure.
Sometimes you just gotta rebrand.
Yeah.
Re-strategize that thing.
Exactly. So I heard you speak about working with a lot of different people in the industry. How did you get started? How did you, this is Miami, you know what I mean? It's all, to be honest, to me, it's really about who you know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But how did you get started with the Trick Daddies, with doing things for DJ Khaled, all that? How did you get started?
I had a clique called DBC, Them Boys. Like we was called Them Boys. So I'm from Deerfield. I'm originally from Lauderdale Lakes. I was
Don't
born.
get her started. She'll throw them L's up quick.
I was born and raised in Lauderdale Lakes. Shout out Lauderdale Lakes. Lauderdale. You know what I'm
God, not you too.
Broward County. But yeah, I was born in Lauderdale Lakes. I went to Castle Hill. I grew up in that neighborhood, and I moved to Deerfield when I was first my parents divorced when I was about 8.
Yeah.
I moved to Japan and lived in Japan for a year.
Wow.
So I had to adjust to that. Then I came back and I moved to Deerfield after that, and I've been in Deerfield ever since.
Right.
So once I moved to Deerfield, I had a clique called Them Boys, you know what I'm saying? And we ended up making our own label called Too Hot Records. And we just started making music, you know what I'm saying? And I had a homeboy named Sleazeball, aka Derek, and he was always super into hip hop. Like he wasn't like taking it serious as a career, but he just loved hip hop. And I looked up to him like an older brother because he was a couple years older than me. So he's the one who got me into hip hop. Before him, I wasn't really buying music, listening to music. I was a jit at this time.
Right.
I was a kid. I was probably like 11, 12 years old when I moved to Deerfield.
Yeah.
So once I met him, I would just watch him freestyle. Every time I see him, he have a brand new album was out at the time. He'll have the brand new Source magazine. So he was like, hey, he knew my mother was a pianist and my father was a drummer. They both got me into music early.
Yeah, see?
So,
that's how it always is, right?
Yeah. My dad started me on the drums when I was like 3 years old.
Yeah.
So like I wasn't able to really play with my friends too much. He would have me just drilling me in the room, drums.
Yeah.
So once I moved to Deerfield, my boy Sleazeball knew that I already had a keyboard in the house because it was my mother's. You feel me? So he's like, why don't you start trying to make beats? So I started messing around with it, and that's where You know, it all started as me trying to figure out how to make beats, trying to figure out how to rap.
Crazy.
Then we clicked up. It was 5 of us. It was me, my boy Skrilla, Juice, Mike, and Cam. And then we had Sleazeball too. So we ended up making the click. Long story short, it became a label. We started making music together. Then we started creating a buzz. I started doing shows, and everybody was like, you know, let's try to start trying to get Rush some shows. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to try to get me some shows. All of us. There was a lot of us rapping and shit.
Right.
So I started doing shows, and then my boy Mike one day, he suggested, let's go to South Beach to try to find a show out there. At this time, I'm like 15. So I ain't got no money. I ain't got no car. I'm not even old enough to get in the club.
Right.
I ain't want to go, but I ended up going anyways because we ain't had nothing else to do.
Right.
So we go to South Beach. We walking around sweating our ass off. We end up going into some hotel because it was just super hot out. And then my boy Mike was like, yo, fuck this. Let's just go out and try to find a club and try to get you a show there. All right, we walk outside, we look up, and we see Club Zeno, which is Ben Zeno's club.
Right.
Ben Zeno had a club on South Beach called Zeno's.
Yeah.
And he was actually the owner of the Source magazine. I know I was just talking about the Source magazine before, him and Dave Mays. So we walk up to the club, knock on the door, ain't nobody there. The club wasn't even open at the time. And then we see a janitor walk up, and the janitor's like, yo, the club's not even open yet, but it's about the manager's gonna be here soon.
Right.
By the way, he's Trick Daddy's dad. So I'm like, Trick Daddy's dad? He's like, yeah, I ain't believe him. So then we wait for like, you know, about an hour or so, and sure enough, here comes Trick Daddy's dad walking up. His name, we know him as Pops down here in Florida, Charles Young. So he walks up, he introduced himself. I still ain't believe it was Trick Daddy's dad, but it was. He let us in the club, played my music, and we just kind of established a relationship there.
There you go.
Wow.
Nothing happened, you know what I'm saying? But I got to know him, he got to know me. And then I continued to make music. At that time, I already had like an album. I had a CD on me, you know what I'm saying, with a whole bunch of songs that I self-produced.
Right.
I was rapping on all the songs, and that's what he kind of listened to in the club.
Yeah.
So a few months later go by, and I'm trying to remember what happened after that. After that, my boy Juice ended up calling Pops. I think this is like 4 to 6 months later, and I still was working on new music, so I had a whole new CD to show him.
Okay.
So he calls him up, let's link up. We go to South Beach again. This time he's at Benzino's second location. He changed the location from the first location. Now he got a second location for Club Zeno.
Yeah.
So we go there, we meet up with Pops. I give him another CD. He pops it in. First thing he said, like we walked in deep. So he's like, man, y'all boys walked in here like y'all the mafia. He's like, man, I like that. Like y'all boys like clicked up. So I gave him the CD, and I had a song on there called Wooden Leather, and it was on some like pimp type shit. You know what I'm saying? The song was like silk in the summer, leather in the winter. You know what I'm saying? It was on some shit like that. And he loved it. You know what I'm saying? Because he's an old school player.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He a player, so he loved that. And he was like, hey, it's the perfect time that y'all coming to see me, because my son Maurice, he's talking about Trick Daddy. He's like, he's just starting his brand new label, Dunk Riders. And I think you would be perfect, you know what I'm saying, to kind of match with that.
That's just crazy.
So I'm like, hell yeah, let's meet. You know what I'm saying? After that, still nothing ain't happened. It didn't get set up at that point even still. So my boy Juice, he had a Ozone magazine. I don't know if y'all remember the Ozone magazine.
Yeah.
But he was looking in one of those magazines, and he just happened to find Trick Daddy's manager's contact in there, which is Chuck Young, Pop's son and Trick Daddy's brother. So this is his blood brother that's managing him at the time.
Yeah.
Juice calls him up. He's like, hey, we met up with Pops twice already, and he's liking what we got. We got this artist, GoldRush. He's young. He's from Broward. Let's meet up. Ended up meeting with Chuck at the Circa House. For all y'all that don't know what the Circa House is,
Studio, I've been there.
Everybody know that.
Circa House is it's like a mansion in Opelika, and it's a very famous studio where a lot of big artists have recorded big songs at. So we meet up over there, and at the Circa House in the backyard, there's a big studio in the backyard. It's like a tiki hut back there. So we go back there. I meet up with Chuck for the first time. Whoop de whoop. We're like, what's up, what's up? And I hear some loud music coming from the studio. I could tell there was somebody back there working.
Yeah.
It just happened to be Trick Daddy and Jim Johnson. Jim Johnson, the producer, not Jim Jones, the rapper. A lot of people get them confused, but it's Trick Daddy and Jim Johnson back there working. Trick comes out the studio, and that's the first time I see Trick in person. He walks up to me, we shake hands. He's like, what up? And that was pretty much it. He kind of turned around and disappeared into the shadows, back to the studio. And then a week later, I met up at Chuck's office, and they gave me some paperwork, and I signed as a artist and a producer. Obviously, I didn't just not read the contract and sign it right there. I took it home with me.
Right.
I looked over it. I think I had my boy Juice kind of read over it. And I decided, hey, let's do it. You know
Where Juice at? Because I like Juice.
Yeah.
I like what he got going on.
No,
Okay.
listen to this story though. Listen to like
I heard his name.
This is the kind of shit I be talking about, right? Because I truly feel like in order to truly get somewhere, you have to have a team.
Yes, absolutely.
It is a team effort that is pushing these people to goddamn where they need to be.
Because I've heard just by his story, like he hit him up. He hit Pops,
I'm like, are these other people who were hitting him up?
Prior to that happening, we were trying to kind of figure out like what's your role.
Right,
like Mike, what is your role? Cam, what is your role? Skrilla, what is your role?
Everybody play their position.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So Skrilla decided to be a rapper and also a graphic maker. So he was making all the graphics, but he was also a rapper. Then we had Mike. Mike was kind of like my show manager. He was like trying to book me shows. Then Juice decided. Mike and Juice are brothers. They're both.
I like both of them.
They're both Italian. You know what I'm saying? And they're good talkers, they're hustlers. So Juice ended up just becoming my manager. All these just my homeboys.
Yeah.
So Juice ended up, being the role of my manager. And Cam, he kind of just like wore different hats, helping with different things with the label. But all five of us were basically like the CEOs of the label.
I like it. But you know what? How was it being with a group like that? Like, was there? I mean, you know what female groups go through? They break up all the time because they together. And but men is so different. So tell us a little bit about. I know you said you guys had your roles. Did it stick? Did it stay? Did everybody play their position? Did anybody fall out or have?
Or once money came into the situation, did shit change?
We don't do business anymore, but we're all friends.
Okay.
And we've literally grown up together. Like I met all of them when I was like 10 years old.
Yeah.
10, 11 years old. And we still cool to this day. But like I said, we don't do business anymore. Everybody's grown, either married, got kids, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty much the only one that's still kind of pursuing music. Juice is still, still dibbling, dabbling in the music, and sometimes he rolls with me every now and then.
Yeah.
If I got anything really important that comes to like numbers and money and contracts, I usually get him involved, though I know that he's always there for me if I need him, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely. But we basically, the label doesn't really exist anymore, but we're all still a clique.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't never gonna fall out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that couldn't work in the female world.
No, absolutely not.
Like everybody
mad.
Like, no, I want to be Diana.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I want to be Diana.
we ain't blood, but we brothers.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I love how men can do that.
Yeah, man, that shit is annoying.
I know, it really is.
Yeah, we've gone. What is it? We've known each other more than 20 years now.
Yeah,
and we still link up. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So friends came together and decided, okay, we want to create a label, and they all came together to push you forward. Like, that's just crazy.
Also, to make it clear too, like, we was kind of pushing all of us.
Right. But somebody got to get
at one point, it started kind of like the magnifying glass was on me, because I was making all the beats. I had all the equipment. I could rap. And we was all doing our thing, but it just kind of came down to like it made sense to kind of help push me, even though we had a lot of artists that we were trying to get big as well. But we all realized that looking at the game, it's always one person that blows up, and then that person can bring everybody, you know, with them. So we kind of tried to follow that formula.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's what led to me signing with Dunk Riders, with Tricking them. Then I ended up becoming like the Manny Fresh of Dunk Riders, which was Trick Daddy's label. This is completely separate from Slip and Slide Records. Slip and Slide Records is who Trick Daddy was signed to. Yeah. And then he made his own label, which was us. Right. It was me. Originally, they were trying to get Briscoe from Po Boy, but he was still signed to Po Boy. So I guess that ain't work out because of that reason. Yeah. And then we ended up recruiting Iceberg, Fella, Bad Guy, and then Merc Camp. If I'm forgetting anybody, forgive me, because I'm on the spot right now. Yeah, and then we just became Dunk Riders. And it started off with me. I had a song called 411. This is back when Bell South was still around. Like, you could literally just push 411 in the phone and it'll be like, what city?
Yeah, exactly.
What state?
Dang, you just took it. Lord,
so I made a song out of it. Like, I ended up sampling it and putting it in the beat machine. So I was like, what city? What state? And I made a song out of it called Forster 411. Where you from? What city? Deerfield. What state? Florida.
Okay,
you know
Rochester.
And they had I ended up selling that song in the beat to Trick Daddy. That was the first beat that I ever sold to him. Yeah. I don't know if he actually bought it or Atlantic Records bought it, but I know I caught the attention of Mike Karen at Atlantic Records. So at this time, Trick Daddy, he signed to Slip and Slide, but he's also signed to Atlantic Records. Yeah. At that time, Mike Karen was running Atlantic Records, or at least he was like a major player in Atlantic Records. Okay. So once Mike Karen heard the 411 record, that's what made him interested in me as a writer and a producer, because he loved how catchy the hook was, and then he loved the beat too. Right. I sold the beat for $4,000, so that was my first major beat sale, and I was just like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" I'm like 16 years old, and I just made $4,000 off of a song that I made for fun. Right. Skipping school.
Not skipping school.
Shit just got real.
I was skipping school every day. Like I was going to Deerfield High School. And I literally had more absences than attendances. Oh my God. I went to gym class because I had gym for first period. So I go to gym class and the teacher's like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "They withdrawed you last week."
No way. Are
He's
you
like,
kidding me?
"Go to the front office." I went to the front office, and then the principal's like, "Look, you never come to school. We withdrawed you."
Oh my God.
So I had to get my GED. I got it in 2 days.
At least you did that. Exactly. There you go. Because you could have just left it like it was. So at least you did that.
But at that point, like, I already knew this is what I want to do. Yeah. I'm making money doing it. This is what I want to do. And I just didn't. School wasn't it for me.
Yeah. Yeah. School not for everybody.
It's showing.
Me and Skrilla literally would go to school and we would post up on this wall near the cafeteria at Deerfield High. And I would have like 10 CDs that I printed up at the house. He'll have another 10 CDs I gave him, and we'll just be slanging them shits. As soon as we sell enough, we get in his car and we leaving before the first bell ring, going straight to Kai City. So every day I would leave school and go to Kai City, and we over there, we cop a bag, go to the crib, and we at the crib smoking up the house. My mom at work, I'm in the crib just blazing that shit up, making music every day.
Damn.
But it also, you know, kind of got me to the point of having the product to get me signed. Exactly. And it all worked out. And I'm not promoting kids to skip school and all of that, but I honestly feel that a lot of the stuff that they teach us in school is worthless.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Even a lot of the shit they teach you in college. Like,
I agree with you.
I think in school, what they really need to be teaching is how to invest,
how to buy a house,
how to buy a house, how to do accounting and
It's
taxes.
real stuff. You know how they have you going, like you can go to a trade school? I think they should start putting that in schools, like showing these boys how to fix toilets, how to, do plumbing, how to do something. You know what I mean? Like I feel like they should be teaching
learning
that.
how to fix an AC unit.
Yeah, you learning math
is
you
more
ain't ever about to
important
use. You know what I mean? Like,
right. All that is more important than learning some fake ass history that's all a lie. Because most of the shit in the history books is a lie.
It's a lie.
We all know Christopher Columbus didn't discover shit. There was people already here. How you discover something when people already living there?
Yeah, for real.
So I couldn't relate to all it because I knew it was a lie. This shit was just capped to me.
Yeah. With all of the things that you had to go through, slinging sleep, like people don't understand. You literally were out selling CDs, like two people, you know, on the streets to try to get attention, going up to clubs that are closed to try to get somebody to listen to your music. How do you think things have changed now? From, when we were, y'all.
Girl, bye.
When y'all were younger, how do you think things have changed now with social media and distribution options that are, weren't available, before? Talk a little bit about that.
A lot of things definitely changed. I feel like it was harder when I came up because it wasn't so many outlets and tools, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't social media.
Yes, none of that.
We had the only thing that I had when I started kind of buzzing was MySpace.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
There was no YouTube, there was no Facebook, no Instagram. Like if I was to do that right now, like if that happened right now, I'd have 1 million followers, a blue check. You know what I'm saying? I would be known all over social media, but we ain't have none of that back then.
Yep.
And I think it's different, but at the same time, it's kind of the same because you can still sell physical CDs, even though most people, they just want to stream and shit like that. It's the best and the worst time to be anything these days. But it's definitely an advantage with social media and being able to do ads, you know what I'm saying, and promo and all that.
I think now with social media is kind of like the Hollywood for broke people. Like that ass. Like it is the Hollywood for broke people. Like before there was a social media, we didn't know that those cars were rented. We didn't know that jewelry was fake as fuck. Like in them videos.
I think it's fucking up the world too.
Now you get you can see that shit. You can see into the stars' lives and what the hell they got going on and how they doing it. And so it just gives you a different outlook, you know what I mean, than it did before.
But yeah, it's a good and a bad thing. I love social media though. It just depends how you're using it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But hey man, if you a rapper and you got a felony, don't be showing no guns on social media. Y'all don't need to be doing all that because you're just getting yourself in some shit you don't need to be in.
Absolutely.
Do you think that with social media, right? Like with the boot gang.
Yeah.
Was he the first? Now I know people were doing like stupid stuff on social media before, but wasn't he kind of like the first to really just do stupid shit just because?
I think he was like one of the main ones that kind of got famous off of that.
Right, like he was. To me, I feel like if I remember correctly, he was like the introduction into the clout chasing thing.
The first time I seen him, he walked into a Dunkin' Donuts and jumped on the table and just started stealing all the donuts, eating them. Then he walked in and took the whole cookie container out. Then got locked up for it.
Oh my God.
But you know what? That shit works. It works. Cause like I've heard, I got friends in the music business. Like one of my friends just recently talked to Atlantic Records and they telling this man, look, it's all about your numbers. I don't care how talented you are. I don't care how good you sound. I don't care how good you look, how marketable you think you is. If I go to your Instagram and you got 500 followers, I don't care.
Right.
You tell me why you don't have enough followers, I don't care. He's like, I went to your TikTok, you got 170,000 followers, but your likes ain't matching up.
Ain't that some shit?
If I go to your Spotify, your Spotify is dead. He's like, you got great music, but it doesn't matter if your numbers aren't up. So it's not about talent no more.
Everything is about the numbers right now. Definitely.
And that's why you see a lot of people becoming artists that were never artists. They're just taking people with large.
Oh, I get it. Oh,
right.
I get
So
what you're
they'll
saying.
find a girl like Wo Vicky.
Yeah.
That has a whole bunch of followers.
Yeah.
She ain't
Wanna
never
make
thought
her
about
an
doing
artist.
music
Yeah.
in her life.
Damn, I
But
get it.
now she's hot and popping and, you know what I'm saying,
That's
going
true.
viral. Okay, let's make her an artist. We're going to take a producer. We're going to have him make a beat. We're going to take this writer. We're going to have her write the lyrics. We're going to have someone say all the lyrics, and then we're just going to have her re-rap every line by
I feel
line.
like that's how they did Cardi. Like, you know what I'm saying? She was really big on social media. You know what I mean?
She was a because she was big
And they could
in the
make her a
stripper
damn
world
star.
too.
There's a lot of girls trying to follow her footsteps now,
Exactly.
too. A lot
Absolutely.
of strippers becoming rappers. A lot of girls that are in reality TV trying to become rappers.
But that's also why, like Suki, y'all know Suki.
Yeah, Sukiana, I feel like she's authentic. I feel like she's, you know what I mean? She's being herself. That seems like that's her.
No, I don't think so at all.
You don't think that's her?
Hell no. But because when
No?
she first
Look,
when
she-
she actually came out and there was a video that came out that went viral where she was crying and she was like, "Oh my God, I sold my soul to the devil. Like this is bullshit. I don't want to do no fucking music no
I
more.
seen that.
Tired of
I know
this shit."
This is not my interview, but I want to get into that. She was more on a spiritual. She did like a lot of Reiki. She did like a lot of burning incense, and she was about that type of life. And then she said that she just got tired of being broke. And when she got tired of dudes like just want to have sex or whatever, she said she knew that sex sell, and she come from the projects and she had to get it. She has 3 kids that she has to take care of, and even though she's still very spiritual, because I've been following her since the beginning. She's very funny, very animated, and when you really actually listen to her, yes, she talk about all these nasty things, but when you really listen to her,
Yeah, she started off like shy and stuff.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy. I mean, you could have fooled me.
I'm telling you.
Because see, I only know her because, like, you know, I'm from Broward, I ain't from Florida.
Yeah.
I only know of her because of the show, Love Hip Hop Miami.
Yeah,
So
same.
what I'm getting from her is it doesn't seem fake and phony when she acting out how she be acting.
She's not fake and phony, but she didn't start off that way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I feel like
That makes so much sense.
she understands the game.
Right.
Right? Like she understands this is what this is the character I have to
be.
play.
Ain't that some shit though?
You know, in order to for this is what they want.
But ain't that some shit though that you have to be like that in order to get in the game? Why you just can't be a nice, sweet, humble girl?
'cause that ain't
That's
gonna
why
work.
that's why I always be saying these hoes be winning. What the fuck do I gotta go out here and be a hoe? What I gotta do? I gotta get my body done and be out here showing all my
You have
assets
to.
and shit. Like, why the fuck I just can't be a wholesome, sweet, loving, good
shit
mother,
don't
good
sell.
person at heart?
doesn't
Like, goddamn.
Yeah.
What?
And that is the sad
It's
part
so
though, because you
ridiculous.
can't just be.
And then they marry him too. That'd be the funny part too.
The thing is,
Like,
those girls
damn.
are really good girls. Like she's a really like if you really like listen and pay attention to her, she's a good girl. She's marriage material behind closed doors. But you have to think she comes from a hood. She comes from the projects, and she doesn't want to live like how she lived before. So yeah, you can be a good girl, but like Suki Hunter said, like you being submissive and a good girl, what is that gonna bring you? Like you can be like, oh, I don't suck no dick, but yet it's still you sucking dick for free, and these guys taking advantage of you, and you're not getting anything out of it. So if you're gonna be doing stuff like that, you might as well get paid.
Sex sells.
That part.
So what would you choose? Do you want the hell or do you want the wholesome sweet girl? Like in this industry,
I mean,
I'm going after.
as you can see, I'm married, so
Okay, so what are you? Because you said you don't suck the dick for free. What's
She both, baby.
I'm a hoe with him.
Okay,
But
that part.
I'm a woman.
That
Like,
part.
I'm a woman. Like I don't.
I'm a woman in the street
I
in the
can count
freaking
on
bed.
one hand how many guys I've been with.
Same.
But if I'm with him, I'm gonna be a hoe. But
my desire was always to find a girl that I know is there for me.
Absolutely.
I met her right before Bet That. So
Okay.
she was with me. I met her when I was 19 years old, and we've been together ever since.
Love it.
So she was there. She actually watched me come up.
Yeah.
She was there at my dad's house.
Yeah.
We all watching me on BET with Trick Daddy premiering Bet That.
And that's what I love too, because a lot of these men get in the industry and they start looking for these industry chicks. They don't stay with the ones that they was broke with. You know what I'm saying? So I love the fact that you can still stand here and say, this is the one that was riding for me when I didn't have it. You know what I mean?
I know she's not with me for the money. Because I didn't have shit when she met me. You know what I'm saying?
And I was green too, so I didn't even know nothing about all of that anyway. So
I love that.
Whether he was successful, whether I was green.
It was for him.
Yeah, I went to bed 8:30 every night. So yeah, like that was my life. Work, come home. I didn't know, like when he was doing, I was around, but I was just like, I didn't process it.
Do you guys have kids? You have kids?
Nah.
You don't have any kids. Okay, you want kids? You don't have kids?
I would like kids. Yeah.
Okay.
I was so dedicated to my career though that, you know, obviously this didn't happen by accident, me not having kids.
Yeah.
I made sure of that on purpose because I'm thinking, you know, that I thought I was going to be way bigger than what I am. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm grateful for everything that I do have.
Absolutely.
So I'm thinking I'm going to be going on the road, going on tour. I didn't want to have a kid and have to leave my kid for a year or 6 months. You know what I'm saying? So I purposely made sure I didn't have a kid. But now, I ain't gonna lie, I've been thinking about it a lot, and I do want kids. Yeah. But, you know, whatever God sees fit, you know what I'm saying?
I hear you say that you're not where you want to be. What do you think would get it there? Like, okay, because let's just be real. Once we get there, we're gonna want something. We're gonna want to go further. But what would sit you comfortably and say, you know what, I made it, or I did it. You know what I mean? Like, where do you feel like you need to be?
I always just wanted to be one of the greatest artists and producers. I'm great, you know what I'm saying? I'm well known, but you know, like when I was 17, I thought I was gonna be the shit. I thought I was gonna blow up. Then I thought I was 18, and I thought I was 19, and I thought I was 20, and now I'm at where I'm at now, and I'm cool, but I'm not like a mainstream artist. Yeah. I've worked with mainstream artists, but I'm not to that point yet. Maybe I'll get there this year, next year, who knows? But I feel like me also making beats, I feel like it's always hard for some reason. It's always hard for people that make beats to prove themselves as an artist. Even if they start as an artist, if they know you make beats for some reason, it's like that's another reason I changed. That's another reason I changed my name GoldRush. Because every time somebody brings the name GoldRush up here, you know what I'm saying, especially in Florida, oh, you talking about the producer GoldRush? Yeah. They don't say the artist. But what's funny is, I came in the game as an artist and a writer. Like my first big break was me being on Trick Daddy's lead single, Bet That. I didn't make the beat to that. Yeah. Originally it was my song. I had a solo song to it. And Atlantic Records and then bought it, you know what I'm saying? And they ended up just keeping one of my verses on it and keeping me on the third verse. My vocals are in the hook still. They kind of just like put me down a little bit.
Right.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of what put me in the game. But I understand why people labeled me as a producer. Is because I had so much work out as a producer. I ended up producing half of Trick Daddy's album after that.
You're actually really good.
You know, I gotta hear some stuff. You know what I gotta hear some stuff. Why are we not at the studio? Why are we here? Okay, like we could have got a crack it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dang, I want to see. I want to go. What's up?
They don't call me Rush for nothing.
Listen,
either.
What's poppin', Rush?
And you understand? Like, let me just
I'm
give
quick
a
with
quick story about Rush in the studio. When I say this man, like, I've been in this. I mean, I've worked with a bunch of different people, but I'm like the go-to either feature girl, singer, reference track, writer. That kind of thing. So I've worked with a lot of different like people, producers, artists, the whole nine. And so I've been in different studios. I've been in Circle House. I've been in, you know. And when I recorded with Rush for the first time, I'll never forget this because typically, like the engineers that I work with, I mean, Circle House was a little different, but typically the engineers that I work with, they're not as fast. Like it'll take, like I have to wait like a little bit. Like with Rush, like, I mean, it's like I'll do it and it's all right next. What else you got? All right, all right, cool. And I'm like, wait, did you? Oh, and then I mean, he's literally like, what do you call that? Mixing as we record, which I had never actually experienced before. Typically, it'll just be raw as hell, and then I'll get it mixed down after, and then I'm like, okay, now I can hear this, and then I can hear that, and then I change different things. But with Rush, it's such an easy and smooth recording session because literally I can get a feel for what I'm doing because he's mixing it as I'm recording. Yeah. So if I hear, I don't like that. I want to add this here. So I mean, I've never experienced, that was my first time actually experiencing an engineer like that. And this boy bad, y'all.
Hey,
I mean, bad.
All y'all,
listen.
don't forget to check out the all y'all check out She Know She Bad featuring Looney Ford.
Yes, I wanna hear. Okay.
Bitch, You Got Me Fucked Up.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the name of the song, man. Y'all check that shit out. It's on all platforms right now. Produced by your boy.
That part.
Yeah.
And written. I ain't write
that. Written.
I
did write that.
Yeah. I usually be writing all the hoods in, but GoldRush got that one.
Is that what we was bumping to?
Girl, all season last year.
Yeah, that was our little thing, we close out.
That was our little thing.
Bitch, You Got Me Fucked Up.
Yeah, I like that.
I flipped that old. I'm pretty sure you was an Eve fan, being from New York.
Yes,
so we actually flipped the melody to Love Is Blind on that song.
That's my shit too.
Yeah. So that helps people gravitate towards it too. You know what I'm saying? Once a hit, always a hit.
I'm gonna have to come see you then. I want to get that smooth.
I'm trying to tell you,
I want to get the smooth transition.
It's really, really tough as a singer though, because like if I'm rapping and that's different, I can go anywhere. Like they can record me, it's not a problem because I rap and I sing. But when I sing, it is so hard to find a studio that with a good engineer, baby, that don't got you sounding like hot shit.
Right.
Like,
can you make me sound better?
Yeah.
Cause I got a little something. I ain't a Looney Ford, but I got a little something. I got a little something. You know what I mean? I ain't right, But just if you can make me sound,
I could definitely polish it up.
Cause that's what the fuck they doing nowadays.
People legit put that soy sauce on.
Put a little something, sprinkle a little something on there for me. Drizzle, make it, squeeze it out.
I'll dip it in some gold.
Turn me into a star. Okay, the stage presence is on 1,000. Like, bitch, when I perform, I go in. Okay, the stage presence is on 1,000. But bitch, I ain't no Beyonce. I'm trying to hit Beyonce notes or some shit.
The boy bad.
I definitely got the power to turn somebody into a star between the, being in control of the production, the videos, all of that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It was fun.
And I've worked with a lot of artists, a handful of singers, but mostly rappers. But out of all of them, I have to say that my girl Shawnee and y'all like the illest singers that I done worked with so far.
Yes.
And that's why I always, hit you up when I need something done. You know what I'm saying?
I used to hear your voice and fall asleep.
I think you actually got what it takes too. You just need the right song, the right marketing.
You have a hell of a voice, bitch.
You actually have talent. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I gotta, you know how it is in this industry though. I gotta get the whole
but you're gonna have to get the titties lifted up.
I don't need no BBL. You're gonna have to get
ass.
You're gonna have to do something. We're gonna have to lift these up a little face.
Some shit. But
you'll be alright.
Because if you don't do that shit, now they're gonna take somebody that can't sing as good, but they got that bam bam bam. You know what I mean?
This is what I was saying. Like, I have personality too. You know what I'm saying? Like, see,
I want to see your stage presence.
I feel like, oh girl, I will fuck this shit up.
I can't see it right now.
Shit up. Like, I'm
what you be
doing?
You be dropping like it's hot. What you
like,
doing?
no, I give it to him, honey. Like emotion. I give him emotion. I give him movement, honey. So yes.
She was twerk. I seen.
Yes, I do a little bit.
I know
honey.
Hey, all y'all check out the music video too to bitch You Got Me Fucked Up.
Yes.
She Knows She Bad featuring Looney Ford. Directed, shot, edited by me. It's out right now on YouTube. It's on Gold Label Records YouTube channel. So y'all check that out. How did you get with
that artist? Is that your artist?
She Knows She Bad. Yeah, She Knows She Bad.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a female artist I'm working with.
Okay.
The first female artist that I've started working with from Duval. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Sounds good. I love it.
I actually met her through Instagram.
Yeah.
And we just started working. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Yeah.
So
she's
tell
dope.
us about the goal. So he's a producer, engineer, artist, rapper, just tearing it up. Tell us about the label. What's going on with the label? What are you trying to do with the label? Like, give us a little bit more info. Are you looking for more artists for the label? Like, I'm sure they want the T.
I'm always looking for talent. What really inspired me was Master P and No Limit and Cash Money. So that's what really, really like inspired me to do what I'm doing.
When is there gonna be another one of those?
Hopefully Gold
take
Label.
Take it and put your sauce on it. Take it and put your sauce on it.
I would like Gold Label Records to be that
Absolutely.
next No Limit Cash Money.
No one else has been able to do it.
This is a Rough Riders, Cash Money,
Yeah.
all that. Take it and put your sauce on it. You'll have that same outcome that you got the way you rebranded yourself. You can do with this group.
And you know what's funny? We ended up Dunk Riders signing the Cash Money. So it's like I grew up being a fan of them. Now we signed the Cash Money. I'm at Cash Money Studios with Birdman, with Slim.
Wow.
They playing me Lil Wayne's a Millie like a month before it even came out. So it was just crazy. I actually got to produce a couple tracks with Manny Fresh when I was at Flow Rider Studio, just being over there putting in work with Flow Rider. So it was just an honor, like working with them boys. I got to meet Juvenile, you know what I'm saying? And all that. But yeah, No Limit, Cash Money was a big, big inspiration for me. And that's kind of what I want to do with this gold label shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I got a hard truth for you.
Okay. Give him the hard truth.
I don't know. Be ready for the hard truth.
You ready for the hard truth? She didn't even give you the truth or the hard truth.
Yeah, she just went straight to the hard truth. We going to the hard truth. I got the hard truth for him.
Give him the hard truth.
So I got to know. So you've been around, you know, big celebrity type status kind of people, environments, the whole nine. So has there ever been a situation or story, and you don't have to, you know, say the specific person if you choose not to, but has there ever been a situation in that world where you ran into an experience or you encountered an experience where it was not what you thought it was going to be? Like maybe you met somebody and they were not what you thought they were going to be.
The whole game, really. The whole game, really. Like a lot of these rappers ain't really got the money y'all think they do. Yeah. A lot of the cars is rented. A lot of the jewels ain't really real. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of smoke and mirrors. It's a lot of fake shit going on. Yeah. Even down to people's lives. Like when people on live streaming, people are paying for fake watchers, fake comments. Yeah. Like you ever went on someone's live and they just instantly got 10,000 watchers. You got that going on. You got fake followers going on.
That was a thing.
Yeah. You could Google it. Google third-party companies that you can pay for live watchers, live stream, commenting.
For your engagement.
A lot of people actually doing that. Like you know, you got some DJs that are doing this, and it's like they're making artists think that they really have all these people watching, but it's all cap.
This is the new version of payola.
That's what's making people want to pay them to play their music, not knowing it's a bunch of robots listening to their shit.
Right. But can't you tell though? Because I remember when people used to buy likes. They would say you can tell if it's fake, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. And then not only that, you got 100K followers, and then you getting 3 comments.
That type of shit is easy to spot.
Like, bro,
when it comes to followers, likes, and comments, that's common sense. You could look at someone that got 1 million followers, look at their posts, and it has 1,000 likes and 100 comments. That's cap. Yeah. You already know that. Yeah. Like it's obvious. But there's a lot of shit that's fake. And then there's a lot of real motherfuckers too. You know, I have to say Trick Daddy is one of the real ones. Yeah. Trick Daddy is all the way real with it. Gucci Man is all the way real with it. Trick them vouch.
Gucci Man is all the way real? Oh, that's so good to hear because that's I love me some Gucci.
At least he would. I don't know about this new Gucci, but you know, when Trick met Gucci, he told me like, bro, he is straight up gangster. Like he a real gangster. You know what I'm saying? Like so there are a lot of real, you know, people in this game, but for the most part, it's a lot of smoke and mirrors, and it's kind of annoying, like how fake shit is. Like, you know, coming from a fan to being in the business, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's just weird. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Damn, that's. I'm not surprised to hear that.
Yeah.
But I'm a little. I don't know if I'm disappointed because I guess it is what I expected.
There's really not that a lot of money to be made in the music unless you like, it's either you having a feast or a famine. You either eating or you starving in this game. Like Drake, Post Malone, them guys is eating. Yeah. But if you're not getting millions and billions of streams, you're not making no real money. Yeah. Like you gotta be out there selling dope. You gotta have your barbershop, you know, you gotta have hustles in order to make money.
Getting into the game is just the one thing. I would not stop there. And a lot of people do that, but start investing, start flipping houses, start opening businesses, start doing other things. Why do they get stuck in that, I just want to be a rapper, I just want to do that?
That's where I was too. Like I was very naive and green when I first started. I'm like, I'm going to be a rapper, I'm going to be rich. I had to become an engineer. I had to learn how to make beats. I ain't want to be no engineer. I don't like engineering. I'm good at it though. I take that back. I have passion doing it. but not always. Like, I don't want to be an engineer, you know what I'm saying, and be recording motherfuckers like that. But I do it, especially if it's my artist. I like to be hands-on. But yeah, I had to learn a lot of different things in order to survive in the music game. If I was to this day just trying to be a rapper, I would be dead broke right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm telling you. You gotta do some extra. You gotta have something else going on.
Yeah, you gotta have
multiple.
multiple.
Just put all the eggs in.
Have
that
you
basket.
some extra hustles, man. Learn how to get this money in several different ways, because that's the only way you're gonna survive in this day and age.
I almost feel like in this day and age, the key to success with like social media is just content. Like it's literally just creating consistent content.
Yeah.
Like you could create a whole fucking lane for yourself.
Right.
Just creating content, no matter what the fuck you do.
Yeah.
Right.
What
Consistency.
You could be, like there's people on TikTok who there was a girl, I don't know if you guys follow her, and if you do, I would be surprised because I just found out about her not too long ago. But she has millions, and I do mean millions of followers, and all she does every day, multiple times a day, is eat watermelon.
What?
In ridiculous ways.
Putting mustard on the watermelon?
Yep.
I seen that.
And then she'll
and
then like just attack the watermelon.
I don't see how that can possibly be good, putting mustard on a watermelon.
I'm gonna try it.
You see what I'm saying? You said you one of those. I want to try that shit.
But I like mustard a lot, and I also like watermelon a lot. So I'm like, for me, that might work out.
That's true. Like, if you want to be a YouTuber, if you're dropping 2-3 videos a day on YouTube every day, your shit is gonna grow. It's gonna grow, but you gotta be consistent though.
That's true. You gotta be consistent,
and it don't even have to be quality content. As long as you spitting it out, you know what I'm saying, you finna grow.
Literally, I'm like millions. Matter of fact, there's do y'all know no, he's not African. He's from Italy, but the black boy from on TikTok who literally if somebody does something stupid, he'll be like, he doesn't say anything. He just does what's supposed to happen and goes. Literally, and he has millions of followers. Matter of fact, his Instagram, he had almost 100 million followers.
Once you find something that work, you just roll with it.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Literally, all he does is the stupidest shit. So I feel like the good part again is, yes, there's a lot of fake shit in social media, but there is an advantage if you're consistent with it. And it don't matter what you do. There's so many fetishes. It's exposed us to a lot of fetishes now too. Yeah. Like weird fetishes.
Speaking of social media, man, all y'all fuck with me on all platforms.
Absolutely.
RaidenRush. RaidenRush. That's on all platforms. It's the same name, same picture on all platforms. Follow the boy, subscribe, all that.
That part. Is where can they find your music too?
Same thing. RaidenRush. Any music. It's all one word, by the way. RaidenRush. You can find me on Spotify, all platforms, from iTunes to whatever it might be. I'm on every platform that sells music.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
And most definitely subscribe to my RaidenRush YouTube. I also have my own podcast.
Ooh,
the
right.
Gold.
Coming on. Let us come on the podcast.
I'm gonna have y'all on.
We want to get in your hot seat.
Yeah, it's called The Gold Mine, and it's spelled a little different. It's TheGold MIGHNE, The Gold Mine. You know what I'm saying? So far, I've had Flesh and Bone on the podcast. I've had CO from Slip and Slide on the podcast. I've had Fiend from No Limit on the podcast. So yeah, y'all stay tuned. Plenty more episodes coming soon.
Okay, you got a whole lot of shit going on. We got to keep watching.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on and just sitting with us and telling us your story and everything like that. Because for somebody who's from Rochester, and I ain't really know about you, I like everything that you have going on.
Rochester, that's New York?
Yeah, upstate.
Why am I thinking of Boston? Dorchester.
It's close.
Dorchester.
Oh,
that's
but
why.
it's close to. I mean,
it sounds
it's not
familiar.
that close to Boston, but I don't know why I thought you said Buffalo. But anyway,
okay.
I was like, yeah, it's close. But no, Rochester, New York. I mean, we on the map though. Don't get it twisted. We on the map. We definitely on the map.
Broward County in the house, man. One time for Deerfield,
we got
Broward County.
a couple celebrities straight on out the rock. You know what I'm saying? So I might
right.
be the next one. You know what I'm saying? So, but yes, no, absolutely. Thank you for stopping by and just coming to sit with us, chill with us on the couch. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And chop it up with us for season 2 of The Hard Truth.
That part. So y'all, again, thank y'all for chilling with us, hanging out with us.
You know what? This ended perfectly at the perfect time because I gotta go get my hair done.
That part.
This late.
Yeah.
That part.
I gotta get my hair braided. You feel me?
You gotta say right.
I'm getting ready to shoot 2 videos with Flesh and Bone tomorrow.
Love it.
My single featuring Flesh and Bone, also Flesh and Bone single Smoke and Maintain featuring me. And all y'all go check out Flesh and Bone's brand new single out right now. It's called Don't Get Fucked Up. Featuring me, RaidenRush, produced by me, directed by me, shot, edited by me.
Well,
love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right, getting this Tyler Perry on.
Yes, absolutely.
Well,
Soy
thank you
sauce.
so much, Rush.
Soy sauce on there.
Soy sauce.
Soy sauce.
Out. All right, y'all, we out.
That's right.
Fatality.
Thank you.